One of the dangers to our modern work life is that we tend to sit at the computer for long periods of time. And it is not good for our health, and also it's not good for our creativity. In fact, in terms of our health, there is a term now called sitting disease. And I'll put a link in the notes of this video to that. It's actually literally a medical term that especially most North Americans, sit way too long during a day. So there's a practice that I'm doing now throughout the day that I've been finding quite helpful that I want to share with you here. It is a practice that only takes a few minutes, and it's 5 things I do during this practice, and it goes like this. I call it my hourly intentional pause, or HIP. Okay, so this is what I do. Sometime during each working day's hour, basically from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. is my office hours. I take lots of breaks during that time, dog walk, like doing these videos, and lunch and nap and all that stuff. But basically during the span of my workday, I basically try to do this once an hour, unless I'm already doing some kind of a longer break, like a dog walk. So this is what I do. The first practice is to lay down on the floor. Now, if that doesn't make sense for you, maybe you could do like a couch or something. But lay down for just maybe half a minute to a minute. But as I lay down, I imagine my body sinking into the floor. In other words, the floor really supporting me. Okay? And then as I'm doing that, I will also take deep belly breaths, meaning I'll put my hand on my belly and feel my belly going up as I inhale, and then it'll me feel my belly go down as I exhale. So that's for like 30 to 60 seconds. And then after I relax like that, then I will get up and do some stretch. One of the things about our normal work life, is that our bodies are in such limited positions throughout the day. Like we're just sitting at the computer, our legs are just bent like this, and our arms are just typing at the keyboard. So we need to bring more movement to our bodies throughout the day. I actually stand at my computer station instead of sit. That's a whole other video. But I will then stretch during this second part of my practice. I will stretch my arms this way or that way. I'll stretch my legs in different ways. And then the third thing I do is I'll go get a drink of water or tea. It's important to stay hydrated throughout the day. And so this is hourly, and there's Buddy. This hourly intentional practice, HIP, will remind me to drink something once an hour. So that's the third part. And then the fourth part, I should also mention, as I drink the water or tea, I imagine it's like healing light, healing liquid entering my body. I just have this visualization. I believe that it has some healing effect on me. You might try this as well. So that's the third part. The fourth part is I connect to my divine source. Pray, basically, is how I do it. For you, it might be do like a few minutes of meditation. But what I do is I touch my heart, and I use my imagination to imagine that I am covered, like in love and wisdom. Just the whole ground of being is made up of love and wisdom. I imagine these dust motes, dust particles everywhere, but instead of dust, it's points of light and shining love and wisdom. And then my fifth practice, and I may also pray for, if I have a client coming up, I'll pray for their well-being and things like that. And then the fifth part of the practice is, as I come back to the computer, I do intentional breathing. I breathe in love, and I breathe out wisdom, or I breathe out diligence. But you can use whatever words make sense to you. So I hope that this practice is interesting for you. Try something like this. And until the next video, I wish you well.